The assignment related to how knowledge is acquired in Lesson 3 is going to be completed in hypothesis instead of a discussion board. Although it is going to be a little bit of a discussion, it's going to be really easier and I think in a way more fun to participate in. So I want to go over it with you just for a moment in case you've never done what's called a social annotation tool. So just a little bit of information first. How knowledge is acquired is one of the topics for Lesson 3. These are the two objectives that we have for this particular lesson, that you're going to discuss ways in which people learn in light of or after you've read the Hattie and Yates article, and you'll discuss how you'll use the information about how people learn in your own particular classroom. Now, with any of the other articles that are in the GATI course, you have the option to click the down-facing arrow and simply read it here. You can also click the 3 dots and download the original file and read it as well. As I mentioned, you're going to participate in this assignment in hypothesis. So you can wait and read the article in hypothesis. And here's how this works. Simply click on the link, How Learning is Acquired assignment, and it will open hypothesis. Give it a minute to load. Working on it. Okay, so here's the article. You'll see it is 13 pages long. It's up here at the top. We are on page 1 of 13. You can zoom in if you want to. If it's easier to read on your particular screen, you can zoom in or zoom out. Because we're doing a little video, I'm actually going to zoom in some on this. What happens is you read through this article and you annotate and respond to kind of my questions. If you look on the right hand, you look on the article, you'll see that 6 principles of acquisition is highlighted. And if you click the highlight and look on the right hand side, there is my question that I am posing to you. So I want you to choose one of the 6 principles of acquisition and discuss why you chose that particular one. Give an example of when you've experienced that principle yourself. Maybe you experience that learning does require time, effort, and motivation. Maybe there is something that you really wanted to learn and it was hard, but you wanted to learn it so bad that it was worth the time, the effort, and you were motivated to do that. So kind of provide a little story about that. And then also tell us how you're going to use that particular information that you learned in our example. Learning requires time, effort, and motivation. How are you going to use that in your class? Maybe you're going to tell your students, you're going to remind them, think of a hobby that you like to do. Maybe you like to play sports. Did it come naturally? How much time, how much effort, how much motivation did you have to put into it? So maybe you're just going to have to intentionally remind your students that learning does take time, or that concentration spans are short. How are you going to use that piece of information in your classroom to better help your students learn? And then please reply to at least one of your classmates, and here's how that works. So you highlight whatever you want to specifically comment on, and you click annotation, and then you make your comment. Okay, so comment here, and then click post. Okay, so you have that listed, so you can actually show all if you come toward the top right hand side. All right, if you want to see all the comments that are there, and let's say you want to comment on this particular one. This was really a classmate that said something and you really want to comment on that. So what you can do is come to the far right hand side, click the little reply button, type in your reply, and then click post. Okay, you have 3 prompts that I want you to address. One is related to the 6 principles of acquisition. The other, if you scroll down, is related to the 6 principles of memory. Where did it go? 6 principles of memory retention. And the other one is related to the 5 aspects of handling information overload. And most of the questions that you're going to answer are similar. Why did you choose that one? And how are you going to use that information in your classroom to make your students, to help your students learn better? So that's how you use hypothesis for this particular assignment. I have found past GATI classes that do this really enjoy it, and it's easier to discuss an article when you can actually be in the article at the same time. Let me know what questions you have. I look forward to your comments and to your replies about this article.